I wasn't just popping, but I was popping, I was locking, and breakdancing. I was doing 3 different styles by then.
Right.
Because I wanted to show everybody that I wasn't just one. I wasn't just one. I didn't just have one style, but that I was a dancer and a type of dancer, not just a break dancer. But if you're a dancer, you should be able to do other styles. I was even jazz dancing.
In the second battle with you and Electro Rock, I remember watching this as a kid and seeing you do the break dancing, the floor work. That was a personal choice on your part. You wanted to show that you could do it.
Well, it's really interesting. I'll tell you a secret. While we were filming, I knew that Poppin' Pete, Poppin' Taco, the best of the best were in the film. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? Well, I don't want to do a repeat of what they're doing. So I was in my mind, I was thinking of how I would play on camera, and I made a conscious decision to practice breakdancing, and really try to get it to where it looked decent enough to play on film, because nobody in the film was doing it. If you really look at it, Shabba-Doo was locking,
right?
Poppin' Taco was popping, Poppin' Pete was popping, Anna Sanchez was locking, and I'm breakdancing. So I said, you know what, this would give it a kind of like a balance, so that it would show that California could breakdance, pop, and lock, and we were showing more styles than just what New York had already shown in Wild Style and in Beat Street, and I think that's what played that's why people a lot of people like the first film, because we were really, all of us were really working hard to try to make a name for ourselves and to show what California was doing, and I wanted to show that I was a well-rounded dancer. I was adapting to everything that was thrown at me. As a matter of fact, I still, every now and then when I look at the film, one of the things that stands out to me is how I adapted to the choreography. Meaning there was a lot of improvisation, which was great because they just let the film run. They just put us in like a situation or sketch comedy. When you do improv, they just let the cameras go and they let the artists do their thing. Well, they figured, okay, these guys are just great the way that they are. Let's just film them and put them in this situation, in this scene, and let them run with it. And that's how you got Breakin.
Actually, that's my next question. I was wondering how much of it was choreographed and how much was just you being you.
Yeah, a lot of it was just me being me, and the stuff that is the battle scenes. I mean, when Shabba-Doo and I are going up against Electro Rock, that was choreographed because I don't think they realized how to capture a battle. So we were all in the same group. I mean, all of us were in the same group, so they had to divide us up to make the movie interesting. I mean, I was friends with Poppin' Taco and Poppin' Pete and Anna. Right. We were all working together, but what they said to make it look interesting, they said, well, let's divide this group up in half and let these guys be the rivals. Let these guys be the rivals, and then make it interesting and have them battle each other. And it was pretty interesting because they choreographed it to make it look like it was a battle. But other than that, the rest of the things were just staging. I mean, I was honored. I didn't know who he was at the time, and I won't lie. But the musical West Side Story, the artist, the choreographer Jaime Rogers, who is listed as the choreographer for Breakin, he staged the broom scene and a lot of those things. He just did staging, and I was honored to find out who he was years later, and thankful that he helped stage my solos because he just basically told the directors, okay, this is what's going to happen. Just let the guy do his thing and take a wide shot. And they didn't really listen to him that much, but he knew a lot about staging, dancers and showing them in the right light. And a lot of times I think there were, between the Eagles that were on the set, we lost a lot of the footage because if you really look at the solos, some of them are wide shots, but you lost a lot of stuff in the broom dance.
Mm-hmm.
They zoomed into my body. They were showing my butt, and my legs,
Right.
Instead of like the wide shot, and you lost a lot of the footage.
Well, before we get into the broom scene more, I wanted to ask you, from a fan's perspective, about some of the battle scenes in Breakin.
Yeah.
I think most fans would agree that in those two battle scenes, Pop and Taco really exploded as the star of those scenes, of those two battles. And one of the frustrating things a lot of us felt as we were watching it was, why doesn't Boogaloo Shrimp go out there and do some popping? Why don't we see Taco versus Shrimp on film? Why don't we see them go at each other? Was there a conscious decision not to let that happen on your two?
It was a conscious decision because the thing is, Pop and Taco, he was at the top of his game, and I was at the top of my game.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, we had all these other things to do, so they were. I'm glad that I made the conscious decision of breakdancing, mm-hmm. because I think that it would. I could have done a total popping solos, mm-hmm. but the thing is, they didn't want to. They wanted to make it. They wanted to make it look like we were the stars. They kept us being the stars,
mm-hmm.
and the good guys always win. So we're good against evil. So they watered down my best friend. Pop and Taco. And the thing is, that guy. If they had let him solo, it would have probably been. The audience probably would have said, "Whoa, wait a minute, we want to see Bruno and Shrimp." Because we were at the top of our game. Yeah, we would, what we would do, which was a thrill for people who were ever to watch it. If we ever recorded our jam sessions, it was phenomenal because he would do something and I would do something and he would do something and I would do something. Or he would take what I did and double it, and we were growing as artists. So, it was like, it was some great moments that we did that was never caught on film. But, yeah, man, I'm really hoping that could happen sometime in the future where people could probably see me and Bruno do our styles on the same stage.
That would be magic.
The closest thing that we got to doing that was last year. We got invited for this video called Legends of Dance, and it was like a promotional video for the Pussycat Dolls, and they invited me and Pop and Taco, and they had a popping circle, and he went out and I went out, and everybody on the set, they just went nuts. They go, oh, there they are. But I'm hoping that we could dance in the future together.
Now, is that footage you just mentioned, is it available? I haven't seen that.
You know what? As a matter of fact, it is, but what they did was you can go on YouTube, and I think you have to type in Legends World Premiere Video, mm-hmm. and they show all these different poppers. Mm-hmm. You'll see Popping Taco and I sitting down and popping on the couch together, but mm-hmm. they cut the music video up so that they could probably save the other footage where we're doing our solos, mm-hmm. probably for the DVD version or something else. But yeah, it's the Legends World Premiere Video. That's
okay.
How you type it in on YouTube, and then you'll see us dancing with there's another artist named Salah and some other dancers. Right. But they actually you'll see Bruno.
Well, you mentioned the DVD, and that brings us back to Breakin. All of us who are listening to this or reading this, we own the Breakin DVD. And you talk about all the footage that was left out of the film. Is there, or maybe you know, or maybe you don't know, are there any plans to put out a comprehensive DVD that would put all this footage back in as extras? We could see some behind-the-scenes things of Breakin'?
You know what's weird? I was assuming that that's what was probably going to be on the box set that got reissued, but it didn't happen. But somebody found a piece of footage from the deleted scenes from that movie, and they posted it. They posted it on YouTube. There's I guess it's under. You have to go under Boogaloo Shrimp, and then it says a breaking deleted scene, and there's a deleted scene from when I was dancing to Ain't Nobody. It just has me doing some solos. So there's some footage out there, but the film company Canon Films, when we did the film, years later, you know, they went bankrupt, and I guess somebody, the distributor, MGM or Sony, they bought the rights to I guess their film catalog, but somebody somewhere has those deleted scenes, and
right.
I'm hoping that somewhere that might resurface.
Well, I hope so too. I mean, as a fan, we would love to see it as well.